Welcome back to the Virtual Elephant YouTube channel. I'm Chris Muchler, Principal Enterprise Architect and VCDX 257. In part 4 of my brand new VCF Home Lab series, I'm showing you how I walked through the entire deployment of my brand new Home Lab. And in this video, we are going to cover how to leverage the Cloud Builder Appliance, the Excel spreadsheet to include all of the information for your VCF environment, and then going through the first set of pre-checks to make sure that everything is ready. In this video, we're also going to cover some warning messages that I encountered when I went through this process and how I address them so that if you encounter them, you know what to look for. So let's jump in and let's get started. Real quick, you'll notice in this video that you're not seeing my face displayed within the video itself. And that's because when I went to hit record, it didn't actually record anything except what I did on the screen. So for this video, you're going to have to just bear with me and listen to my voice in the background as I describe all of the steps we're going to go through. Thanks. All right, so Cloud Builder has finished deploying. So we're going to come over here to our Notion task. We're going to check that. So it's deployed. Again, I did have to deploy the appliance a second time. I'm not sure if I'll show the first time in the video or not when I edit it. It wasn't working over the network, but now it is. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and log in admin. We're going to specify the password that we used in the OVA deployment. And I'm wondering if when I tried to do it the first time last night that I just fat fingered something before I went to bed. All right, so here you see the Cloud Builder UI. We're going to be doing VMware Cloud Foundation. We are not doing this on VxRail. So this is something you would have to do if you're doing this in your environment on VxRail systems specifically, but we're just doing a regular VCF install. So here you can see the prerequisite. It tells you to make sure that you've got things like your top of rack switches configured, your jumbo frames are set, your VLANs for everything that you've got created as well, management VLAN, backed for the hosts, vSAN and vMotion IP ranges configured. And again, we did all of this in the spreadsheet, right? So we've done this. We made sure that our hardware is compliant. We've got all of our supporting hosts configured for DNS resolution. Again, forward and reverse is super critical. So I have reviewed these and we're going to go ahead and hit next. So now this is where we're going to take the workbook. So we're going to open it up here one more time, save it, save, and we're going to close it. And then we're going to hit next to be able to upload it. So we're going to select the file. Now you can do this as the spreadsheet or if you have a JSON version. So this is something that you can consider in the future. So the first time you do this, the easiest way to do it is using that spreadsheet that we went through a few minutes ago. But when you do it through the Cloud Builder, it's actually going to convert that spreadsheet into JSON. And so you can download that JSON file. And if you're running multiple VCF environments where you have a lot of the information static, like vMotion networks and stuff like that, you can actually keep the JSON file in a GitHub repo to be able to check out later for other environments and then have a JSON copy of the file that you used with all of those SDDC configuration details for every environment. So we're going to go ahead here and hit select file. This is the one we can see it was just updated 3/30/26 at 2:06 p.m. Okay, so that was a minute ago. So we've got the right file. It's going to go ahead and upload it into the Cloud Builder Appliance for us now. All right, so the configuration file has been successfully uploaded. We're going to go to next, and now it's going to perform the first set of validations. Now these validations are just for the file itself. So it's going to go through and make sure that everything looks correct from a configuration file progress standpoint. So this can take just a couple of minutes. You can see it's looking successful so far. I'm hoping it's all successful because it's really the same file unless I fat fingered something when I was making some of those changes for my new network configuration. All right, so we see that we do have a failure on the vSAN disk availability. This was something I was worried about because these disks had previously been part of a vSAN data store, and I wasn't sure if there would be anything that was left over. But first we're gonna look at the ESXi host. Let's see. It's saying that it can't ping 208.113.130.46 from the ESXi host. So we're gonna have to validate that. So it can't ping the NTP servers, which is curious. But we'll check on that. We're going to see the failed error. It found 0 for the cached here. So we're going to go in and through the BIOS, just kind of wipe those out. All right, let's see. VMK ping doesn't support MTU, but smaller 15U. That's interesting. Okay, so we'll double check the 212 configuration. I'm sure it's probably the same here and the same here. All right, so first let's check our MTU size for our switches. So let's go. Leave switch 1. Leave switch 2. VLAN 10, 11, 12, 100. All right, 210, MTU 9216, MTU 9216, 9216, 9216. All right, since it can't seem to ping, we're gonna come over here and we're gonna log into the ESXi host. All right, gonna come over here to manage services. We're going to start SSH temporarily. We are going to connect to the first host. There we go. So we are going to do ping . All right, so that's not working. So something is wrong with the pfSense. This might be too big. So let's do this. Let's edit this. Pass traffic. Any protocol. On 10. .24. So we'll save that. Oops. Save that. Apply changes. Come over here. NAT. Outbound rule. We're gonna have to edit this one to just be 10.210.0/24. Okay, so now we can come over here. Rules. LAN. And we're gonna copy this one. And 211. Save. Copy. 213. Save. Copy. 12. Save. Order. Okay. 136. Save. 137. Save. And then 10.1100 for iSCSI. 12. Save. Apply. NAT. Outbound. Copy. 11. 12. 13. 136. 137. 11. Oh, whoops, it's not that. It's edit. It's isn't it? Hang on. Yeah, 1.12, 1.11. Okay, so save 12, save, apply, come back over here and fix those two typos, land. .11 and 1.12. All right, apply. It's not an actual one. Okay, now they all look correct. So we'll come back here. See, this is not pinging. So let's check. All right, let's ping 10.211. All right. Ping 10.1, 10.254. Okay, so it's not pinging the interface on the pfSense. Okay, but it's pinging the default gateway that's running on the leaf spine, but then it's not going over. Okay, so we got a little bit of networking troubleshooting to do here. Let me look at my pfSense to make sure I've got it correctly configured. Passive traffic, right? Passive traffic on the LAN over IPv4, any protocol. The source is going to be 10.2.11.00/24. So let's log some packets. This is the host management network allowable. And let's make sure I've got my NAT set up correctly. Outbound, hybrid. So if it's on 10.2.11.00 coming in on that interface, it's going to get an added out the LAN. That is correct. Okay. So let's go to system logs. Routing. Okay, let's try and get this to ping it. All right. Okay, let's see. Show, run. Okay, so this might be a routing issue on the pfSense. So let's see. Advertisements. No. Routing. Let's see. So if it's anywhere on the 10 network, send it back. Gateway is this now, it's 1. Okay, so now we can ping that. And let's see if we can ping our okay, so now we have our routing fixed. Okay, that took it a minute, but all right. Routing is fixed, so it's little stuff like this that when you rebuild your whole network and rebuild your pfSense that you've got challenges. I don't remember ever setting that before, but it's set now and it's working. So let's go to, we can close that. All right. So the last thing that we need to do is fix this. It's saying that it found 0 SSD devices for the cache tier. So we're going to go into the back room and I'll go into the BIOS and I'll reset those SSD devices through the BIOS so that they're clean and there's no old vSAN information on them. All right, so I went into the back lab area and through the BIOS, I did a crypto erase of all of the vSAN disks. We already solved the networking connectivity issues, so those warning messages should go away. So what we're going to do here now is just click retry. Oh, but it actually logged us out, so we're going to log back in first. So we'll log back in. So it puts us back here to the same screen that we left off on. So we're going to click retry. And we're going to see it go through the pre-validation process. And then hopefully this time we've gotten past all of the warnings as well as the error around the vSAN disk. going to acknowledge it. And then we're going to hit next. And now we are going to deploy the SDDC. In this video, I showed you how to leverage the Cloud Builder Appliance, get your Excel spreadsheet ready, as well as troubleshooting some of the issues that I first encountered when I went through that first prerequisites check in the Cloud Builder Appliance. I showed you how to be able to configure certain things like the system MTU on your switches, as well as fixing a problem in my pfSense for NATing through the environment of all of my internal networks, as well as making sure that the Pi-hole servers were set up to accept queries from networks outside of the actual local network. And now we are ready to actually deploy VCF within our environment, and we're going to do that in our next video. So please make sure you join me in the next installment of this series. As always, if you're enjoying this content, please make sure that you subscribe to the Virtual Elephant YouTube channel, that you turn on notifications, and you hit that like button to help me with the algorithm. As always, feel free to leave me a comment below or find me on Twitter @Chris Mutchler, and I look forward to talking to you next time.